They see things out there and they want to try to make a change. And that's what this is all about.
When you see them presenting, it's just amazing. They're so proud of themselves. It's wonderful.
If you could describe the projects that you've seen in one word, what would that be?
Interesting. Fun.
Collaborative.
Exhausting.
Stressful. Nervous. Fun.
Active.
Hard work.
Amazing.
Natural.
Tough. Complicated. Chaotic.
Environmental.
Sustainability.
Engaged.
Interesting.
Science in action.
Wow. Science Fair began back in 2002 with the idea of why are we not doing science fairs anymore? Everybody's scared to do a science fair. They're dropping all over the United States and in international schools. And it's a shame that students don't have an opportunity to expand on their knowledge from what they're learning in their classes. So we brought the science fair back and we test ran it at AIS and it was very successful. And then we actually went to NISA and said, we'd like to spread this internationally and make it into an international competition. And the U.S. State Department funded it. NISA was super supportive. And the birth of the science fair.
We're looking for a clear understanding of the project and creativity in their application of the project.
Whether they were following the scientific method, and when I meet with them, how much passion and interest they actually have in the subject.
The applicability.
If the questions actually make sense in the real world.
If the students actually understood what they are saying, that the hypothesis is somehow related to the research they did, that the conclusion makes sense to what they actually measured, and that it has some real life application, that it's connected to our world.
The creativity and the approach to the problems and how each student has addressed it in a different manner.
Really addressing, real world problems.
How kids come up with these solutions that sometimes even the grown-ups didn't come up with.
The relationship to real world issues.
Really a fantastic variety and some really good projects out there.
I'm always impressed. Sometimes during the process, you're like pulling your hair out and then it comes together. And of course, students working with other students together and collaborating, that's what you really want.
The level of commitment they have to their project, it's a really difficult process for them. We start off thinking about a question, then there's a lot of background research to be done. And that they manage to maintain their enthusiasm after it's almost a 2-month period, but they manage, most of them, to keep their energy high and to be focused and dedicated till the end result.
We studied how to figure out how to absorb the water in Aqua Alta, which is the seasonal flooding in Venice.
We tested different fertilizer mixtures.
We're trying to find out how different color lights affect the photosynthesis of aquatic plants.
We were trying to create a stain-like nail polish that could withstand chlorine. So our project is about collecting microplastics.
We are trying to collect microplastics because we learned while we were researching that there is a bunch of plastic that ends up in the ocean, and then all that breaks down and becomes microplastics, which is really bad, and it gets to the marine life and us. So we want to build something to collect it.
We learned the different nutrients that are helpful in plant growth: phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen, which were one of the key factors to letting our plants grow.
Organization, that was definitely the main thing.
Teamwork is a very important part of the science fair. Also organization and keep track of time.
We learned coding and engineering in general.
3D design.
First it was engineering, let's say, and coding most.
That I'm a smart man. I know what I'm doing.
Even teamwork, working together, is really hard. I learned that we consume about a credit card of microplastics every week, so about 50 plastic bags every year.
I think we were really good researchers, and we were very persistent in our work.
Teamwork, how to communicate with my teams.
Time management was a really good one because we were always behind.
Just not giving up until we found our perfect product.
It's amazing to see the development with the timeline of the different aspects that they checked, and also the data that they give, which includes a lot of ways to project it, whether in charts or in pictures or in explanations and words. I think it's amazing.